Has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
To continue their impressive run so as to place Edo State in the continental map.
Toby Amazon, look at the clock. I cannot believe it. She's done it again. 2 world records in one night. And she makes history by becoming Nigeria's first world champion.
Alex Iwobi decides to go early. Chukwueze shakes the shoot, gets some space. It's Osimhen.
Yes, the action never stops in the ever-exciting world of sports, hence we are here for another super loaded episode of Sportsville. My name is Matthew Okube. We are making a return and we are set to discuss more topical issues making rounds in the ever-exciting world of sports. Remember, the top guys are in the studio. Tony Ubane is here, as well as Raymond Aquagre is also taking his position. It's all about the cricket under 19 Women's World Cup, and Nigeria's flag as we speak is hoisted in Malaysia, where we hope the girls would be able to soar. And today on the show, we'll be looking at cricket development in Nigeria and what must be done to ensure that the sports become an household one as we build up to major tournaments in 2025. And the Super Eagles coach is already talking tough. He said he would ensure that Nigeria secures a ticket for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Tony Ubane is in the studio. He's telling this to Eric Chell. He said, calm down, young man. Go and get the job done and you will get the applause you truly deserve. So another loaded episode of Sportsville awaits. First, we do a breather, and when we return, we're so proper.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Yes, the guys are in the studio and it's time to set the ball rolling. I told you today, promises to be a loaded package. We'll have a guest waiting to join us at the other side on Zoom. But first, let's get to meet the team today. Tony, it feels great to have you back. Tony, nice jacket anyway. Nice jacket.
Yeah, thank you so much, Matthew. And you know that these days nobody buys any new clothes. So you better go back to your box and check some of the things that you had before. But it's a very good thing to come here, Matthew. I'm excited, that for once we are not talking football. Football is not the headline. There is cricket. Cricket is going to the World Cup. And you know what it is when a sport has played itself into prominence and, of course, qualifying for the World Cup. That's exactly the exciting news that we have to talk today about cricket. Nigeria is doing absolutely well in the world of cricket. And like they say, how's that?
Yes, interesting. And one man that loves the Nigeria Football Federation so much, Raymond Aquagre is in the house. Raymond, it feels great to have you back. Your new coach is already talking tough.
Yeah, so good to have Eric Sekushel
very much on ground. A few days ago, we watched Sunshine Stars lose to Team B, Super Eagles 3-2. And of course, I like the confidence. I like what he has brought. But as I've always said, if these teams succeed or they fail, I will always hang it on the Nigerian Football Federation.
Yes, Tony. Now let's dive into the discourse for today. It's all about cricket. So much has been done as far as cricket is concerned under the able leadership of Uyi Akpata. Since he took the saddle for the cricket federation in the Nigeria Cricket Federation, there've been this steady growth, especially from the grassroots level and where we are as at today. Today we are celebrating our girls competing at the ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup in Malaysia.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we talk about administration. And when we're happy, when we also maintain that, you must get somebody who has passion for the game. That's exactly what Akpata speaks, for cricket. And of course, when Akpata came, not so many people will know his name, like some other names that ring bells and indeed, do not direct us well. I'm saying that Akpata came, he's not noisy. He has really been working from the grassroots. He has really been working, with schools. If you go to the schools, the man has taken cricket to the schools. And of course, girls, so many people are embracing cricket. Yeah, remember there was a time, cricket was a household name. And of course, if you go to the Oval in Lagos, you will see that the man has, greatly improved on the Oval. At least I watched a game there, and of course, I could not believe that it was Nigeria. That's what we talk about, a man who allows his work to speak for himself. Akpata has done absolutely so well, incredibly well, that he has to be praised. And now, Nigeria now is joining the ranks of the world, going to play in Malaysia, the World Cup. I think it's a very great thing, Matthew. I can't hold back how joyful I am, knowing that Nigeria indeed ranks among the best of the world when it comes to cricket.
Yes, Raymond, the ICC Women's Under-19 Cricket World Cup kicks off yesterday in Malaysia, and we saw Nigeria's first game against Samoa. But beyond the outcome of that game, I think we're looking at the prospect of these young girls and what the future really holds for Nigerian cricket, holistically, development-wise, and what we should be looking forward to as far as 2025 is concerned for the sports.
Yeah, I joined Tony Ubani in saying, how's that too? Because it's what celebrating, what appreciating what, the Federation is doing, particularly Tayo. We are Akpata, who has been quite, alive to responsibility. Tayo was one we used to hear cricket alone at Government College, Ughelli, Government College, Warri, and all of that. But at least there's been much progress, development programs here and there. It is good for the sport. And today we're talking about the World Cup, Cricket World Cup. And what I like beside what the Federation bosses are talking about is the confidence that they have brought to even the players. Young lads speaking so confidently about what they will do in this World Cup, the exposure, the experience, and all of that. They are saying that they're not even scared of anybody because they've been made to have a feel of the sport in different parts of the country. They will play a series of friendly games. And all that.
Yes.
So that has built that confidence, and just good to know that Nigeria is competing among the best in the world. We must wish them well, hoping they will get good results. But I can tell you, there's a new dawn. Nigeria is a top cricket playing nation. Kudos to the Federation for what they have done so far towards boosting the sport.
Yes, interesting. Nigeria happens to be in Group C of the ongoing ICC Women's Under-19 Cricket World Cup, where they are expected to file out against the likes of New Zealand as well as South Africa after they kickstart their tournament in their very first game yesterday against debutant Samoa. So hopefully they would show that level of consistency and continue to build from there. This level of exposure is what is truly needed. And remember, the girls are making their debut at this stage of the tournament. They secured the sole ticket from this region, and today Nigeria seems to be flying high among the very best in the world, Tony.
Yeah, Matthew, I said these people, the girls have done well, and we should not judge them, by their debut. They have done absolutely well, securing their place, to play in the World Cup. It's not an easy thing. I think we should even applaud them that they qualify for the World Cup. But knowing them, like Raymond said, with the way, the test matches that they have had, and of course, rubbing shoulders with others, I think that the confidence they radiate will definitely, surprise so many people in this group. We know that South Africa, New Zealand, these are the powerhouses when it comes to cricket. But then there is this undying spirit of Nigerians. I've seen the girls, play, and I know that these girls can also cause a lot of upsets.
Interesting. And Raymond, before we go on a break, let's look at what Uyi Akpata has brought to cricket. We've always juxtaposed it with those sports federation presidents who are waiting for the government to truly come make things happen for them. As we build up to the sports federation election, these are the personalities you could boldly say allow them to continue to do their good job.
This is one personality
Absolutely.
that needs to be there.
Yes.
He does not need much publicity for himself because the results are speaking for him.
Same
already.
as the man on the handball man. What's his name? Ochel.
Yeah, bringing a lot of corporate support.
Up,
you don't
yes.
hear him go cap in hand at looking for government funds and all of that. All these achievements we've had from the Cricket Federation are coming because he has the connection. He knows what to do. They trust him. People can relate with him. The corporate world are embracing, what they are doing because they believe in the leadership of the federation. This is what we are calling for instead of those guys just parading themselves and struggling to be in power when nothing is actually coming. I've always said after that flop at the Olympics, some of those guys who did not do well should have been asked to go, but they are still there hanging on to power. But here's an Uyi Akpata, somebody who does not bother about heavy publicity and if you want to know more about cricket, go to the Oval, go to the schools, go to where they are making things happen. How they prepare the yellow and the greens for this championship that is ongoing in Malaysia. That is how to be a real federation officer, not the one that will be there on political or think of how to to enrich his pockets and all of that. So I must say kudos to Uyi Akpata and of course the rest of the crew as far as Nigerian Cricket Federation is concerned. A true example. How it should be.
Raymond, it's amazing, for you to know that there are no government supports.
Yeah,
there are no extra codes. There are not so much money from government. This guy
just like we have in football, like
exactly.
we have with the NFF.
These people are just attracting their own sponsors and going, and that's exactly how you can develop sports. When you begin to get your own sponsors, and of course, taking these sports to the grassroots.
It's about credibility, Tony.
You see that almost everything is evolving. Players are coming, players are being raised. And that's exactly what we need if indeed we want to grow our sportsmanship.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Yes, the new coach of the Super Eagles has been officially unveiled. Eric Sekou-Chel is expected to hit the ground running. He has visited the Chan team in Remo and is expected to also reach out to top players of the Super Eagles in Europe. But one thing remains key, that his wages are still unknown. These things are still shrouded in secrecy, just solely between himself and the Nigeria Football Federation. We're asking at this time, hope at some point we won't have a back and forth on what is due the coach and issues of payments not coming as at when due. Tony.
If you remember our last program, remember that I told you that nothing is official when it comes to, his wages.
Yes, when we were talking about that $50,000.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I told you that I think that at this stage, Matthew, these are some of the things that make people to begin to think, there are a lot of things that are fishy concerning the contracts. Everywhere in the world, things are always made known. It's things are just dropped on the table for people to see how much is he going to earn, how much are his assistants earning. There is no under table deal over these things. It's only in Nigeria that is said that it's very secretive, that nobody wants to know. And in this world of football, that we've seen coaches being unveiled everywhere, even at club side levels. You know exactly their take home, what they take home, and every other thing. I think that the Nigeria Football Federation, has gotten to the level for a country that has been going to the World Cup and, of course, producing World Cup stars. They should try as much as possible to change the attitude when it comes to administration, because one, it makes us a laughing stock in the eyes of other, people in the world.
Yeah, Raymond, the new gaffer, at this time, nobody could say these are the wages, these are the remunerations, but he's just expected to begin to do magic.
Are you surprised? That has been the hallmark of Nigeria Football Federation. It's their style, it's their show. But at times, I keep wondering, I keep asking why we have a body like the EFCC. Most times, they will come up telling us about corruption and all of that. Things that will make us to really know that we're in an economy or in a country where corruption has been a major problem, and you are joking with matters that have to do with, for instance, Paul Artin of the Olympics, now the new contract with Eric Sekou Shell, everything being swept under the carpet, kept in perhaps between him and the NFL president alone. Perhaps, I don't know if the board members are even aware of how much he's going to receive. This is how it has been right from the time of Gennard Rohr to the present moment. So you say you're fighting corruption. Must it be that maybe you see somebody, you catch somebody pants down, before you now say it's a corrupt body? The NFF has proved over the years that they are a very corrupt body. And so things like this, the same body that joked to the contract of Finidi George, the same, I don't know how the 2 years we had now is correct. I hope it is correct, because the NFF has not emphasized on it, but they told us they signed a 2-year contract with Eric Sekou Shell. I hope it is 2 years. Unlike the situation of Finidi George, they told us, we have to say it. We have to say it. Is the FCC saying that they're not aware that NFF came out to tell us they signed a 1-year contract with Finidi George? And the young man has said he did not sign 1-year contract.
Interesting.
And he did not check it.
Yes.
When you don't check such things, that gives room for more. And that's why we don't know how much our new national coach is receiving.
Raymond,
it's very, very unfortunate.
Tony, the young man is already talking tough. He said he's the best man for the job, that nobody should doubt him, that he should scream his name loud, that he can go there and get the job done. For me, I think I like his aura, I like his panache, I like the confidence he seemed to ooze, because that has been my problem with the likes of Austin Iguavon, who feels that let's just go out there and see what happens. But this young man is saying we have the players and he would get the job done.
But I think that he should just keep quiet and, do his job. Let his job speak for him. It's in, coming up and then just be talking about he's a man for the job.
But he has added that too. We should judge him by his results.
Who told him that he's a man for the job? The job was given to him. I don't think that if there were competitions that he would have gotten the job.
Yeah.
He should do the job. Nigerians love football.
And we're watching.
Nigerians want to go to the World Cup. And indeed, Nigerians, we want to support him. We want to support, but he should, just close his mouth and then do the job. And then stop all these comparisons between him and Westerhoff. And he cannot be Westerhoff. And Westerhoff cannot be him. We knew about Westerhoff. We knew who Westerhoff was before Westerhoff came. And Westerhoff came to Nigeria and did incredible things. I think, Eric Chell should just do his job. We have accepted him because we do not have a choice. The Nigeria Football Federation imposed him on Nigerians. And of course, for people that so much love the game, we want him to do well because Nigerians want to go to the World Cup. That's just, the LCM of everything concerning this new man.
Interesting that we are supporting the new gaffer and we believe that he would succeed with the Super Eagles, because if he succeeds, we succeed at Nigeria. Nigeria's flag must be hoisted at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It is his primary responsibility at this time, qualify Nigeria for the World Cup. That is what is expected of the new coach. So much is happening. Something big is coming to Lagos as far as action in the squared rope is concerned. Yucateco Boxing Promotion is bringing to Lagos the first ever WBC amateur boxing tournament, and it is happening in our beloved country. We build up to that tournament in the month of February. I will be looking at this and more at the other side. Stick around.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Yes, preparation for the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics starts just after, even before the last Olympics ended. And one outfit has been in the vanguard of producing boxers for the next generation for Nigeria, and it has been the Yucateko Boxing Promotion. We follow the Yucateko Boxing League that has been ongoing season 2 as we speak. And this time, the same outfit is bringing the WBC Amateur Boxing Tournament to Africa for the first time, and the tournament would be hosted in Lagos from the 6th to 8th of February 2025. Raymond, Yucateko making it happen, and this time around they're taking it a notch further with countries like Togo, Ghana, Benin Republic, Cameroon, Senegal coming to Lagos to truly be a part of this.
Yeah, you need to be close to Yucateko before you can really understand what Honorable Omole Yakubu Imadu can't do when it has to do with boxing. Whoever knew that I would ever follow boxing league? We've always heard of football league, maybe handball league, and what have you. But we've been able to, I've been privileged to see a boxing, group, or a Yucateko group that has ensured that boxers get marks. They get it. They have teams that have to win points, get points, and not only that, win millions of naira. Of course, we shall be talking about Yucateko Season 2 final on the 23rd. 23rd of February. But before then, there's this WBC. And when you know how passionate this group is about boxing, you need to be there. I think we'll be talking more about this in the weeks to come. But definitely, when it's a Yucateko, everything is possible. In terms of boxing, in terms of, the ambience, talk about, projection of the sport, and of course, giving a rare opportunity to Nigerian youth to win monies. Now it's all over Africa. So they've confirmed that, they're in a class of their own, and they need all the support of all Nigerians, all Africans. Now that WBC, boxing is coming to Lagos, it's going to be a big show. You can't be sure when it is a Yucateko.
Tony,
before now, Matthew.
Yeah, Tony, let's take it this way.
Yeah.
Tony, over time, we've seen promoters who are so fixated at professional boxing, who invest their money in professional boxing, bring pay-per-view bouts, and people just get themselves sorted out. But this time around, we've seen a Nigerian who is investing his money in getting boxers from the nook and crannies, from the grassroots. Boxers who, years from now, would become Olympic champions, will become global champions for Nigeria. Raw talents who are being drilled on a weekly basis, fighting in the league. And today, they are bringing for the WBC. First time in Africa, the WBC Amateur Boxing Tournament.
Matthew, I said before now, we all knew that boxing was one of the best sports of Nigeria.
Yes.
And of course, there are so many names that came through boxing. But then we all watched through the time and saw, how boxing nosedived. And of course, most of our boxers, became so hungry, even going to the national stadium to see them train. And before you knew it, boxing was totally, out of sight, from Nigeria. And of course, it reflected even in the African Games, even at the Olympic Games. Nigeria hardly do anything well, except until this young man came to the scene. Talk about Yucateko. And of course, Matthew, talk about consistency. The man has shown consistency through his passion. The man has shown credibility and, of course, transparency, because these boxers cannot be fighting if this man is not bringing out money. The man is doling out money. Matthew, that is,
everybody.
You must put your mouth where your pocket is.
Yeah.
And that's exactly, you see that these boxers are always coming out. And before you know it now, the man is staging a world, the WBC, bringing WBC to Nigeria. When last did WBC come to, Africa, not to talk about coming to Nigeria. Matthew, what I'm saying in essence is that when you have the right people, they can always attract the right things and, of course, revive that sport you think that cannot be revived.
Yeah, interesting. I will build up to that one in Lagos from the 6th of February to the 8th at the Molade Okoya Indoor Sports Hall of the Teslim Balogun Stadium. So much to truly look forward to as far as boxing development in Nigeria is concerned. My focus, as far as I'm concerned, and that of several Nigerians, It remains amateur boxing because those are the boxers that will represent us at the next Olympics and also win medals for Nigeria. We are going on a break at this time, and when we return, we'll be signing out with games in the English Premier League as well as AIMBA. I think we should begin at this time to ask ourselves, does AIMBA truly stands a chance in making it to the next phase of the CAF Confederations Cup? At the other side, we'll be signing out.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Peak Mini Pack fits your pocket, contains the right nourishment you need for your breakfast, creamy and tasty in your meal.
This Peak Mini is just my perfect size, filled with the right nutrients, just for me.
This Peak Mini dey sweet my belly. Who fit believe say me sef fit do shakara with better enjoyment?
Enjoyment. Now this kind of breakfast I want the top now.
Enjoy the Peak Mini Pack. Breakfast for you.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
All right, warm greetings to all you great listeners and, of course, viewers of this unique program. But I must begin by wishing Nigeria's representative in the CAF Confederation Cup talk about AIMBA Faba well as they take on Zamalek of Egypt this afternoon. It promises to be a big fixture, tough one for the People's Elephants, but we just hope they will represent the Nigerian Premier League well. But while teams are getting set for round 2 of the league, and action will resume next weekend, 25th of January 2025. The likes of Sunshine Stars, the likes of Remo Stars, Bendel Insurance, and others are still busy playing friendly games this weekend. Indeed, Remo Stars had, as I mentioned earlier, lost to home base Eagles 3-2 in the friendly game that was decided on Thursday. But Coach Daniel Ogumodede is saying that there'll be more that his boys will come up with in the second stanza. Remo Stars are number 1 at the moment, and Ogumodede is saying that they will maintain the number 1 position when action starts 25th of January. Finidi George, who's Rivers United are second at the moment, is also talking tough. He said they are very close to winning the title. He did not elaborate, but he said they are in a very, very comfortable position, even as they are behind Remo Stars as far as the placing is concerned. And the head coach of Ikorodu City, talking about Nuruddin Awedoru, told Sportsville a couple of hours ago that his team is intact. He said he is coming with just a few players, and they've been able to see some of those players at close range through the friendly matches they played over the week. And in fact, this weekend, they are in another fixture. And I can confirm to you that Shooting Star Sports Club have got a new player. In fact, they signed a 1.5-year deal with Ephraim Wachuku, former player of Osun United. Management of Shooting Stars are saying that this is one player that would improve on the third position of Shooting Stars Sports Club when action resumes. It's been Raymond Akbarwere reporting this Sunday for Sportsville.
Peak Mini Pack fits your pocket, contains the right nourishment you need for your breakfast, creamy and tasty in your meal.
This Peak Mini is just my perfect size, filled with the right nutrients, just for me.
This Peak Mini dey sweet my belly. Who fit believe say me sef fit do shakara with better enjoyment?
Enjoyment. Now this kind of breakfast I want the top now.
Enjoy the Peak Mini Pack. Breakfast for you.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
That's the size of the show today. Let's continue the conversation across all our social media platforms on your screen at this time. We keep talking sport 24/7. We'll return next week again with another comprehensive package. Remember, Sportsville is always the place to be. Bye for now. I'm Matthew Okugbe.
Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
to continue their impressive run to place Edo State in the continental map.